Let's learn API Connect. Today I'll show you how to use validate policy with your API. So here you see a map node with two input parameters being mapped to the output. Token and key are the two input parameters. As I'm not providing those two as my input, I'll only stick with the hard-coded response that I populate in the mapping node, or in the mapping policy, which is hello code to blog users. I'll delete the unnecessary parameters, input parameters, and then we'll test again. Yes. Now I'll add a validate policy. Before that, let me republish my product and test the changes that I've made. It is important to test your code in small increments so that you don't end up with a big problem at the end, which is hard to fix. Yeah. So now my code is working as expected. I get the response in JSON format. This is a HTTP GET call that I invoke. Now I'm adding a validate policy, and in the validate policy I'll say request has to be validated. I've saved my API. Control S is a shortcut that you can use, or you can click on the floppy icon towards your right. Republish and test again. On testing, we get an error which says that the content type is unknown. Remember that we are testing a HTTP GET method. HTTP GET method does not have any body content in it by default, and the headers are not populated to say that it contains a JSON body. In the validate node, we have asked that the request body be validated. If you look into the debug console, you'll see the same results. You will see the same reason for error. I'll try testing the same in Postman or other web service clients. So here, if I don't provide the client ID and client secret, then API Connect will not allow me to test that service. It gives me a 401 unauthorized error. Populate the relevant X IBM client ID and X IBM client secret as headers. I've decided to add another method, a post HTTP method, which can contain a JSON body and test that to make it simpler for us. So I have to create a JSON structure first. I want to add two numbers. So I want to create a calculator object which contains two integers in it. I go to the definition section and create the object instead of adding those individual properties previously shown. So we now define our calculator object. Within the calculator object, I add two properties for integers. Calculator object which contains two properties, int a and int b. Now that I have defined the calculator object, I go back to the post method and in the parameters I add a body parameter called calculator and reference it to the previously defined object. I'll save my changes and redeploy, then test again. What do we want to achieve with this? If we provide an invalid input, we need to get an error stating that the input is invalid. And if we pass a valid input, we expect a text response, hard-coded text response generated by the mapping policy. Deployment is successful. There are two methods, HTTP methods. I'm interested in the post HTTP method, which has a calculator object. We generate an input. The automatically generated input has errored out and saying that string is not accepted for int a and int b. Let's change that. Once the string is converted into an integer, the error should go away. As expected, we get the JSON response which says hello code to blog users.